So yeah, as I was saying in the intro, guys, it was a great week for my Bengals. Only the second week that we actually came out with a win, and the first time since we've been doing this podcast since my Bengals came out with a win. And like I said, it was a 31-20 upset over the Tennessee Titans. You know, very few people expected us to get this win. I think everybody on this podcast said it was possible, but none of us picked the Bengals to win this week. And we pretty much put together the kind of game that we absolutely had to um, to make that work. Um, Joe Burrow uh, looked like a freaking magician out there, man. He was like, the couple of times that the Titans were actually able to get pressure on Joe Burrow, uh, he was just he was bouncing around. He was breaking tackles. He was getting like 5 or 6 yard plays out of what was supposed to be like 10 yard losses. I mean, this kid is special, and if the Bengals are gonna know one thing going forward, it's that they've got a great quarterback going forward for the next 10, 12, 13 years, however long his career lasts. Is if he's in Cincinnati, it's going to be a good time in Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, watching Joe Burrow grow is so much fun. This is like I said, this is the funnest part of a rebuild is that when you're like seeing like the best part of a rebuild is like having this idea and seeing your ideas coming together, and whoever idea it was to draft Joe Burrow was a good idea. Um,
Well, I
it was an
think I
obvious
think it
idea,
was
but
everybody's idea to grab Joe Burrow. Like the
well, everybody
second
who had that idea, that was a good idea.
the
I don't have like
second Joe Burrow had that game against Alabama, I think everybody on the planet knew that whoever ended up with the number one overall pick was going to snag him and never look back.
yeah. The
And
thing, the thing,
but go ahead.
I think this is how I feel about Joe Burrow. This is how I honestly feel about Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow, and I thought about this when he got drafted. Joe Burrow is going to be the Cincinnati what LeBron James is to Cleveland.
Ooh,
He is going to be everything to Cincinnati that what LeBron James is to Cleveland. For one,
like
he's a
that.
hometown kid.
Yeah.
He is as well. He's not hometown, but he's as close as a hometown kid as you can get.
Well, he's Southern
Akron is not
Ohio.
far.
I think that counts.
Yeah, yeah.
LeBron was
Akron,
from
Ohio is not
Akron,
far from.
right? Not Cleveland.
Yeah, yeah. But see, like the difference is one Akron's like 30 minutes from Cleveland. Athens is like 2 hours, so there's that. But it's the same
Depending on
region
where
though.
you're at, 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the same region though. Like it's similar region.
Yeah.
Um, but he had that Ohio blood in him. He had those Ohio roots in him. He understands what he's playing for, where he's playing for, the region
Hmm.
he's playing for, and the people that he's playing for. And he's such a good kid. He's so passionate. He plays with so much heart. He plays on a competitive level. And the best thing about him is no matter how many times he get knocked down, I mean, how many times he get pushed around, he always gets back up on his 2 feet. He's like a cat. He always stays on his feet. He always lands on his feet. He comes back stronger than ever. He gets better and better and better.
There's been,